designed to foster collaboration and growth, and most importantly, it's a day to learn, connect, and inspire each other as we work to shaping the future of women's entrepreneurship. Before we proceed, I'd like to take a moment to go through a few important protocols for today's event. Please make sure your mobile devices are on silent or vibrate mode to avoid any disruptions. Should you need assistance at any time, our event staff is available throughout the venue and at the registration desk. And for your convenience, refreshments are available in the foyer. Please feel free to enjoy them during the break. It is an absolute pleasure to welcome you to the HerVenture Summit and Expo 2025. This year's theme, Future-Proofing Women's Entrepreneurship, Innovation, Finance, and Digital Transformation, is more than just a vision. Women entrepreneurs must not only enhance and embrace these transitions, but be at the helm, shaping the new era of business and economic progress. It is no longer about keeping up. It is about setting the pace, breaking barriers, and designing the future on our own terms. And before we begin, I would like to acknowledge some of our esteemed guests who are championing these efforts at the highest levels. Her Excellency Lizelle Blankendal, Ambassador of Suriname to Guyana, Her Excellency Gail Miller Garnett, High Commissioner of Belize to Guyana, and Her Excellency Jane Miller, British High Commissioner to Guyana and Suriname. Our incredible panelists, entrepreneurs, partners, and all of you in the audience, thank you for being here with me today. With that, let's officially begin the HerVenture Summit and Expo 2025. To officially open today's proceedings, it is my honor to introduce someone who plays a key role in global initiatives for women's entrepreneurship. Please welcome Ms. Leanne Baker, Senior Program Manager of the Cherie Blair Foundation for Women and our most resourceful partner.
Thank you, Amrita, and good afternoon, everyone. Wishing you all a very happy International Women's Day, and I'm really glad to be here to celebrate with you all. It's wonderful to see such a great turnout and to see so many people downloading HerVenture on the door. So to give a bit of an introduction, my name's Leanne Baker. I'm Senior Program Manager at the Cherie Blair Foundation for Women, and we created the HerVenture app. So I'm here to tell you a little bit about this app, why we created it, and what it can hopefully do for you. So the foundation first developed HerVenture in 2018 with women entrepreneurs specifically in mind. So we designed the app to provide foundational business skills that women wanted in a way that they can easily access. We know that women entrepreneurs are some of the busiest people in the world. Not only are they running their businesses, sometimes several businesses, they also often have a full-time job and also have responsibility for domestic tasks and looking after children or other family members. They don't always have time to sit and read or take longer business courses. HerVenture has been designed to fit into their busy lives with bite-sized lessons that can be taken at any time, anywhere, and you can even use the app without internet. The lessons cover a range of subjects relating to starting and growing a business, including launching a business, accessing finance, expanding market access, and e-commerce. In 2022, with support from One Communication Guyana, we were also able to add a track on mobile money, which is exclusive to Guyana, and we plan on continuing to add more content to the app to ensure it meets the needs of our users. So please do let me know if you have any budding ideas of things that we could be including. When we launched in Guyana in 2021 with our amazing partners Action Invest, we saw immediately how popular the app was for Guyanese women entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs. And this community has continued to grow over the last few years. I'm sure you'll end up hearing this stat many times today, but we have now reached 1 in 15 women in Guyana. And it's a really wonderful moment for me to see this community coming together in the room today, a community that started off digital and is now here in person. We hear over and over again in all of our programs how powerful networks are in enabling women to reach their potential. So I really hope that you're able to make the most of this space today. Now, I know because I watched them all make you download it on the way into the room that you all have the app on your phone. So I invite you to take it out now and open the app. And on the front page, you'll see a selection of lessons that are available to you. So I invite you to just take a moment, have a scroll, look at the different topics on offer, and make a commitment to yourself which lessons you're going to go through over the next few days. What are you going to do to start improving yourself and improving your business? You can also update your profile, as this can give you exposure to other users who will then be able to see you and your business and find you if they're ever looking for something that you offer. Before I go, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to ACI for their tireless work getting HerVenture onto the phones of so many women in Guyana, and of course to the ExxonMobil Foundation, who have made this possible as well. But most of all, I want to thank you all for registering for the app and choosing HerVenture to support you in your entrepreneurship journey. I wish you all the very best of luck, and I hope you have a wonderful time today. Thank you.
Thank you, Leanne, for that inspiring opening. 1 in 15 women. Isn't that just incredible? The Shariebler Foundation for Women has been an absolute trailblazer in advancing economic empowerment, and today's discussion will empower that transformative impact even further of all of the work that women entrepreneurs have been doing, and we're truly privileged to be part of this journey. We know that when women thrive, economies prosper. Yet financial and structural barriers remain a challenge. So how do we change that narrative? To speak on this, let's welcome Ms. Mandy Mickle, Commercial Advisor at ExxonMobil Guyana Inc., our valued partner that continues to invest in women and drive meaningful impact in our region.
Thank you, Amrita. Good afternoon, everyone, and happy International Women's Day to each and every one of you. I am so pleased to be here at the HerVenture Summit and Expo on behalf of ExxonMobil Foundation. It's just truly inspiring as I walked through here this afternoon and I saw all the businesses on display. I'm just truly inspired by all that talent and all that confidence. And so I'm excited to be here and to be able to celebrate and explore incredible opportunities in business, education, and entrepreneurship for women. Now, I'm not an entrepreneur myself. However, as a mom of 2 girls, I am particularly excited and a strong advocate for women in business. And I'm also excited about all the support and the opportunities women in business have today compared to what we had a generation before us. And I also look forward to how we will leverage and build on that support and those opportunities today so the future can be bright for women in business. As we all know, and we can look around and see, the Guyanese economy is rapidly changing. So rapid that we have one of the fastest growing economies in the world. And women entrepreneurs can and oftentimes do play a significant role in all that growth. And so it is essential that we continue to support and empower women in business across the country so they can be at the forefront of all that growth. At ExxonMobil Guyana, we understand that the economic and social change women in particular create has profound and ripple effects on our families, our communities, and so as a company, we prioritize empowering women in the workforce, and we're also very intentional about the causes that we support and how it would benefit women in business specifically. And I know we're not alone. As I look around today, today is a prime example of how the private as well as the public sector played a part in that space, and so that in itself is truly inspiring. And just to look a little bit on the business side, I'm proud to say that 52% of ExxonMobil's Guyana workforce are women, Guyanese women just like me, who they support every day, who the companies support every day in a sector that was traditionally male-dominated. So I am, as a Guyanese woman, very, very proud to be a part of that movement. And as you have heard, ExxonMobil Foundation, which is our global foundation, supports the Cherry Bear Foundation for Women and our local partner, Action Invest, here in Guyana. And collectively, recognizing the importance of building business acumen, we as a collective, and as we look at the training programs via the app, as well as some in-person training like the Road to Growth, the Road to Leadership, and the Road to Finance courses, those are really, really great tools and materials that entrepreneurs should absolutely utilize as it would help you to continue to build your business acumens, your skills, and ultimately set you up for success. And this is why we invest in initiatives like this, because it focuses on building foundational business knowledge and skill, and also the confidence and leadership skills to start and to succeed a business. We recognize that the challenges women face today, they're not light challenges, and so it is important for the company that we continue to support initiatives like this. But let me just say this. When you have and utilize tools like the HerVenture app, you're setting yourself up for success. You're setting your business up for success. So if you have not yet downloaded the app, what are you waiting for? Please go ahead and do so. And so in closing, I want to encourage you to seek out and leverage opportunities that are designed to create that sustainable outcome for you. The app is one way to do that. Connect with other entrepreneurs and stay informed about local business events. Learn, connect, and grow together. All of these things are crucial to ensuring women are not left outside of or left behind of the Ghana's economic boom that we can all look around and see today. The future of Ghana's economy is filled with exciting potential. Women in business can be at the center and the heart of that. So I look forward to all the inspiring discussions and connections that will emerge from the summit. Congratulations to all the businesses that are on display today. Congratulations to the organizers of this event, and have a great and productive afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mandy, for your remarks. The ExxonMobil Foundation's continued commitment for empowering women and driving impact in a region is something that is truly inspiring. Women are at the forefront of business transformation and nation building. Across industries, we are redefining leadership, innovation, and economic growth. And in that light, it is an honor to introduce Her Excellency Lizelle Blankendahl, Ambassador of Suriname to Guyana, who will share her insights on the role women play in shaping our future.
Hello? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, there are also gentlemen in the room, so I would like to welcome them as well before they say I'm discriminating. Not at all. Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good afternoon. It is inspiring to see so many women in the audience. It feels good, and it gives you a feeling of empowerment. And I would like to congratulate us all on this special day, International Women's Day. May this be a day of celebrating strength, resilience, and all the incredible achievements of women everywhere. But let it also be a day of reflection. Women, please keep inspiring and breaking barriers. We are needed. We are all needed in this world. We are all needed. When I saw the topic on women shaping the future of business and nation building, I paused and thought, okay, what should I talk about? In which direction should I go? Because the topic is very much diverse. And now that I look around, actually the answer is right here. It's right around us. It's right here with us. Because women are beginning to lead the conversation. Women are beginning to be part of the conversation. women are beginning to have a seat at the table. And if there is no table, we create the table. Throughout history, women have played a vital role in shaping economies, communities, and nations. And far too long, their contributions were overlooked, their leadership underestimated, and their potential underutilized. But today, as I said, we are witnessing a remarkable shift. Women are not just participants anymore in business and nation building. We are leading the charge, redefining industries, and shaping the policies that will determine our shared future. We are also seeing more that women are part of jobs that used to be only for male in the past, like I can think about agriculture, renewable energy, oil and gas, or even in technology. Now we see more women that are participating in these, or are part in these jobs. The Sustainable Development Goals and the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development of the United Nations. In this case, I'm talking about goal number 5, talks about promoting gender equality. It is the commitment of our leaders and, of course, ourselves that this goal is achieved, leaving nobody behind. And we must keep advocating in all of our endeavors to reach this goal of equality in jobs, in policy making, in politics, or in leadership. We have to make sure that we keep advocating that. I would like to share with you 2 great examples of women entrepreneurs who shattered the glass ceiling in today's world. One of them is the famous Oprah Winfrey. We all know about her. We all heard about her. We know that she was born into poverty and that she had struggled her way up to success. And that way to success was not easy. But how did she reach it? She reached it through determination, through hard work, through she reached it through believing in herself, because that's also important. If you don't believe in yourself, then you will not reach success. And due to the fact that she believed also in herself, it led her to extraordinary success. Another example is Indra Noji. She was in 2006 appointed as CEO of PepsiCo, also a very big company led by a woman of color. And during her leadership, she doubled the revenue of the company. She doubled the revenue. Also, she shifted the company's focus to healthier products and a more sustainable company. And she did achieve these goals, of course, together with her team, but through her steadfast leadership and her strategic vision, she was a trailblazer for women in the corporate world. I mentioned these 2 examples because I would like to indicate, with our unique strength, with our diverse perspective, with problem-solving approaches and leadership styles, because we have different leadership styles, we adapt, we adjust according to the situation. We're trying to foster collaboration and long-term success, and that is also a part of our role in nation building, which cannot be overlooked because women are an integral part in shaping the very foundation of our society. Even though women in society, in businesses, still faces challenges such as capital, access to capital, gender bias, and work-life balance experience, we are still determined to fight through it all the challenges we are fighting through it all, to, at the end of the day, reach where we have to reach. And that is exactly why we as women have to be part of this representation matters. And the question that still needs to be answered is, how do we shape this future of entrepreneurship, of business, and do nation building so that we as women can reach our full potential and can arrive at our destination. I have listed some practical points for you in no particular order, and which you can take into consideration, of course. And this is especially for women who are just starting their career or are at the point to starting their business, need some motivation, or just, a push. One of them is self-confidence. Self-confidence is very much important. If you don't believe in yourself, who will believe in you? You have to be self-confident because it will set you back. And if it sets you back, you won't be able to progress or make any progress. So it's important for you to have self-confidence, because with your confidence, you can be one of the leaders, or you can be one of the leaders in the future. And we need powerful women at the forefront. Another point is mentorship. Look for mentors. Look for somebody who can guide you. It can be a female mentor, it can be a male mentor, it can be somebody you feel confident with, who can coach you, who can teach you, who can bring you into the right direction, on the right path when it comes to, for example, starting of your business. A good mentor helps you to avoid mistakes, and because mistakes are sometimes very expensive, you're spending money, and you can avoid it if you have somebody who is mentoring you, who is coaching you, who is navigating you to be on the right path. And a mentor can also help you opening your eyes and give you ideas that you never thought of, So that's why it's also important. I think it's also important, Mandy had mentioned it, women support groups, talk to other women entrepreneurs, talk to like-minded people to discuss issues which will be beneficial for your activity, for your venture. Another important example or point is networking. Go and network. When you are going to an event, it's not only about exchanging business cards. It's good, don't get me wrong, it's good, but what do you do with it? You have to follow up. You have to make sure that you make that connection. You have to make sure that you keep in contact. You have to make sure that that kind of connection is being built based on what you are looking for, and at the end of the day, to create added value to what you want for your business, to what you want for your company. And also, when you have built that connection, try to stay in genuine contact, not only when you need something from that person, but just a hello, I hope everything is okay, to keep that contact going and that relationship going. Another, LinkedIn is one of the great social media platforms for professionals to stay in contact in order to promote your business, in order to talk about your ideas. Another important point is time management. Time management, and that is very important. Why? Because being organized, scheduling your activities will help you to realize your goals much faster. Be open for coaching. Be teachable. Have an open mind. That's also important. Sometimes things are not going according to how you have planned it, but that's life. What do you do about it? You're not going to say, or you're not saying, I had this idea, I'm stuck to that. No, just have an open mind, think out of the box. How can I do it? Do I need to adjust? Do I not need to? Need to adjust? Or it depends on what the situation is. Have a great understanding of financial independence. Try to have a plan. Try to have a backup plan for the future. Save, have a pension plan, have a retirement plan, invest in something. Learn about to manage your money and to understand to make good financial decisions. That's also part of financial independence. And above all, we must uplift each other as women, empower each other as women, because when one woman succeeds, we all succeed. And that is what we need at the end of the day. In closing, I would like to say that we can shape our future. We as women, we can shape our future by actively participating in it. We are entrepreneurs, the policymakers, the innovators, and the change makers. We are the ones shaping economies, redefining leadership, and ensuring that the next generation inherits a world of greater equality and opportunity. So, to every woman in this audience, walk your own path, lead confidence, build with purpose, seek the right guidance, and become a mentor to someone else. Because when we lift each other up, we do not just build a business, we build a legacy. I thank you.
Thank you, Her Excellency Ambassador Blankendal, for those inspiring remarks, and I think they serve as fruitful reminders for all of our women entrepreneurs in the room today. And now it's time for an exciting session, our live business pitch competition. This is where innovative minds meet real opportunities. Our entrepreneurs will pitch businesses to a panel of esteemed judges, including some of our most valuable representatives. First, I'd like to welcome Mr. Altaf Hamid, Credit Analysis of the SME Corporate Business Center, Republic Bank Limited. Ms. Maria Niles, Private Sector Consultant of the Inter-American Development Bank. Ms. Denise Bipat, Senior Accountant of Mobile Money Guyana Inc., and Ms. Rewati Mahadev, Chief Commercial Officer of GBTI and representative of the Women's Chamber of Commerce and Industry. First up is none other than Ms. Salima De Santos, Salogistics Consultancy and Training.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, special invitees, financial institutions. Well, you're looking at the picture behind me, and honestly, this is where my story started. But this is not where it ended, because we're here today. Sure. Yes. Because we're here today, and I am here to present my presentation, which is going to show you how you can transform your life from that state to this state. So my name is Salima Dos Santos. I'm your presenter today. I'm, as they said, from Sal Logistics Consultancy. And Sal Logistics Consultancy came into being after I would have left Guyana in 2014, vowing never to come back. But I did return in 2018 to help a woman who was in distress for 2 weeks. And 7 years later, I'm still here. All right, so the challenge we have in Region 3, as you can see, is congested parking and the way buildings are laid out and constructed because of it's Region 3 is traditionally a residential kind of area. And it started exploding in business, especially in the recent years with the oil and gas implementation. So, you want me to hold it? Yes, no problem. Yes, with the explosion of oil and gas in Guyana, and especially in our region, with all the shore bases and all the road construction, the new Demerara Harbor Bridge, you find there are businesses, as you can see, there's Massey stores there. But look at the front. That's the amount of parking they have there. And it's a really big store. It's always crazy when you go on the weekends. And then we've unfortunately had a lot of fires and destruction to property because of how tight the parking, the movement of fire equipment and things like that were. So there are major losses because of the layout. So that's the challenge they have there. So I have a proposed design plan which can form as a solution for this problem. We don't have a lot of commercial business area that's renting spaces for offices in the main road corridor. Now, this proposed plan is located in the business district. It's actually just a couple hundred feet away from where the turnoff for the new highway to the new Harbor Bridge will be. It's a double corner property, as you can see, and it'll be 3 stories and have a roof. But the nice thing is, right away around the property is about 102 by 150 in the land length and dimensions, and you have covered parking on the outside. So you don't have to take up the space on the inside. There's lots of space for future development. The building will be a 60 by 60, and each floor will be 3,600 square feet, giving you approximately 10,800 square feet. And then we have the bonus of the roof garden. So the people who rent, like Exxon, the other oil and gas companies, or any other corporate businesses, even the banks and other financial institutions, you can have access to that roof garden. Also, it will be used for other events like weddings, birthdays, etc., depending on the agreement that we will have. Is it looking nice? Right. So these are some samples of what the office space designs will be like, and they will range from around 800 to 1,000 square foot. Of course, it's customizable. If you want the whole floor, you can have it. If you want the whole building, you can have it. Right? So this is what our proposed designs are. If you have all the designs that you want, we can work with you. And this is an actual site image from drone imagery to show you what the current property looks like. And as you can see, it's at a double corner. There is just a small structure there that will be demolished when the nice building is being put up. And as you can see, because of the roadway, we have a map here for the developmental plan for the covered drain. So adequate parking, no worries. So if I have whet your appetite so far, you're probably wondering, so what's her indebtedness right now? I have no indebtedness. I don't owe any banks, and there is no mortgage to this property. Like I said, God did a good job when I said I was not going to come back, but he had another plan for me. So I have all of these documents in place, so if you'd like to have a look, I walked with them today. Right, so what's the competitive advantage to this venture that we are entering into? I wouldn't say me, we, all of us. It's, you have adequate parking space, you have the panoramic view, as you can see, that's the roundabout. So from the roof garden, you will be able to see that. And when it's lit in the night, it's really nice. And, well, no indebtedness. You are going to have elevator access, so you don't have to worry when you wear heels like mine to walk upstairs. And it's going to also be a keyless entry building, totally conscious of green development. So as far as possible, there will be smart lighting and access entry in the building. And there will be 24/7 security, so you wouldn't have to worry when you have an office space in there. Apart from that, because of those other problems I mentioned earlier, in terms of fire, lack of preparedness, plans for disaster, etc., we will make sure that there are fire hydrants around that property base, 1, and 2, there will be adequate exit and entry in and out of the building. So safety is something that we will pay attention to in the design. So these are some of the surrounding buildings. That first structure, that's the United Arab Emirates funded special school. So we share a fence currently. And you have the lands and surveys. That's what the road looks like. That's what the current property looks like. Like I said, that when the building goes there, it's going to be really beautiful. Right, so what's my business model? So as I told you, we're going to rent the office spaces, and the price would be $4 to $5 per square foot, and that works out to $3,200 to $4,000 per an office space. Rental of the roof garden, you can have the whole thing, partial. It will range from $500 to $1,500, and the events, they last from 8 to 10 hours duration. Of course, if you want more time, more money. Thank you. Now, here's where we're going down to the numbers, which I'm sure that's what our panel is interested in. Based on our projections, we're projecting to bring in $43,700 per month for rental. And after expenses has been taken out, which we anticipate to be $13,200, the profit is looking like $30,500. Now, if you want a breakdown of those figures, that can be presented later on. So the financial ask, I'm asking for 55 million $55 million Guyana dollars, not US dollars as yet, for the construction. That's based on 20 to 25 US dollars per square footage in the construction estimation. The asking is for a 15-year term, no more than 6% interest rate for debt financing, and a $6 million Guyana dollars equity financing, which will enable the startup getting everything together before the construction begins. So this is some of the persons on my team, and they're very courageous, brilliant, and professional young women like myself. So thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for coming. And I hope there are some of you who will approach me later on to buy into this venture. I do have business cards, so if you come, I will give one to you. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon. So I am representing GBTI. I saw that you bank with us already.
Yes.
Could you tell us currently what do you do?
I am currently the facilities planner at the Guyana National Bureau of Standards. Prior to that, I was operations manager at Caribbean Airlines.
Okay, so if you get into this business, how do you plan to manage this? Are you going to be leaving your current employee?
That is why I switched from a corporate job and to a government job where I would have more time to be able to manage the business. And the business is not a day-to-day demand of an 8 to 4 from me because it would basically be renting. And we will have a property management company manage a lot of the facilities that will be at the building.
That's a question I had about
Yes.
the property management company, because I heard you spoke about Exxon. When you lease to those companies, you have
Yes.
to have those facilities in place.
Correct. And that's another reason I took the job at the Standards Bureau, so I would be able to build my capacity and run in a $2.5 billion facility when I have to run this one.
Right. From the design we saw, is it a 4-story building?
No, it's a 3-story with a roof garden.
All right. So the cost seems a little low. You're quoted $55 million. I'm not sure if you had a construction company or an architect that did the costing for you.
Mm-hmm.
It seems a little low. I don't know if you can shed some light on that.
The costing was done based on my engineering consultant that I worked along with. And a lot of persons had given their free services or dedicated their free services to do certain things. So that's bare bone, like what the material costing would be. And like I said, the cost that they came up with, this was a year ago, it's $20 to $25 per square footage.
Oh, we may have to revisit.
Yes.
We have a standard calculation we use when we look at that. It looks low.
A little low.
Of course, maybe you can have a relook.
Sure.
And with the constant rising in cost, if the estimate was done a year ago,
Yes.
probably will change now. I saw your equity is just about $6 million.
Equity financing, so that like Action Invest or the Bankability Fund or any others will be investing $6 million to start up before we actually start using the $55 million, which the financial institution, we're looking for the debt financing.
So from the borrower's perspective, are you going to be putting any cash into it?
Yes. I will be I have roughly $3 to $4 million to put in from personal.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. I'm Siobhan Sayers, representing the Women's Chamber of Commerce and Industry Ghana.
Good afternoon.
Very good presentation. What I would like to see is the breakdown of the financials before we could actually commit to anything. But I agree with my colleague. When I look at the presentation, the $55 million is not adding up because I would have done a similar project to that for somebody, and definitely not $55 million, more than that. But we could only be able to make an informed decision once we see those numbers, because the big numbers, we need to see the breakdown.
Define.
So thank you.
No problem. Siobhan, before you go, so what I will do, just as she asked, is have a revised estimate done.
Okay,
and
great.
I can make that available to whoever is interested, maybe within another 2 weeks.
So we'll definitely
Yes.
keep in contact.
Yeah.
Besides investing your own money, is there any other potential investors on the horizon?
Yes, there are other potential investors because I'm a part of a lot of groups, especially women's groups. And some persons have committed recently when I told them about this venture, have committed that they're interested and they can give financial. But at this point, I wouldn't discuss that here. We could have a private discussion.
Did you complete the feasibility study for the project?
Yes, as I told you, there is an engineering consultant who works along with the IDB and other places who would have done some preliminary work for me.
So apart from what I'm asking about, usually if you get into a project, the project must be able to pay for itself.
Correct.
So from what I'm understanding, there are interest from businesses who would be utilizing your space.
Right.
Who's interested in renting?
Okay. You were asking if I have renters already. Yes, I do have some perspective, but again, I would not be able to share that information.
No, not publicly.
Right.
Because that's one of the prerequisites when you
Correct.
borrow.
Correct.
You don't construct and then you go looking for people,
Right.
because the banks would have to be satisfied that you have enough tenants to be able to repay the loan.
Correct.
So,
yes.
Okay, thanks.
As a matter of fact, a lot of them were interested in buying the land, but I'm not interested in selling. Any other questions? No? Thank you so much. So we will stay in contact. Thank you all for listening.
Sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ms. Salima DeSantos, for your wonderful presentation. Now, quickly moving on to the next, we have Ms. Renuka Shikari Tulsiram, Ithaca Social Media Marketing.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. My name is Renuka Tulsiram, and I am co-owner of Ithaca Social Media Marketing. We are a fully woman-owned digital marketing business in Guyana. Now, if you've heard of the word Ithaca before, some of you might be thinking about the village in Berbice, Ithaca, but our Ithaca today is a bit different. It's spelled differently. And it's also a Swahili word that means to respond. Now, that's exactly what we did when we noticed that businesses were struggling to connect with their audience online. We began operations in June 2023. We work remotely, providing digital marketing solutions that are tailored to the unique needs of businesses in Guyana. At Ithaca, we believe that marketing is more than just posting pretty pictures online. It's about making real connections with people. So how did we even get into this? Before COVID, businesses in Guyana, they weren't really taking social media seriously. So that left them unequipped when the pandemic hit, and then they were forced to embrace these platforms in order to survive. The first challenge that business owners realized when they had to migrate to social media to market their business is that social media is a lot of work. Whenever a business owner would approach us, some of the things you would see is that their page is getting low traction, meaning little to no engagement or comments, like stuff like that. You'll see inconsistent branding, and they will be overwhelmed because they're not seeing results. Our strategy isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. Our strategy works because we take the time to understand the needs of our clients, what they're trying to achieve, and then we tailor a solution so that they could achieve their marketing goals. Working with us provides numerous benefits, but the one that clients really enjoy is that we're able to free up time for them to focus on their business growth. And of course, as clients' business grow, we grow as well, right? So, as I said, we started in 2023. In June 2023. In the year of 2024, we achieved an annual turnover of 2.4 million and change. With a profit margin of 38%, we were able to retain 57% of the clients we started at the beginning of the year, showing their trust in our service. How we make all this moolah? We provide two services, social media marketing and graphic design. Social media marketing remains our strongest revenue income currently, with a profit margin of 75%. It's a subscription-based model where clients could sign on a service agreement with us that would last 3, 6, or 12 months. For graphic design, it's more project-based, so we wouldn't offer long-term contracts with this service, but clients will return for additional projects over time. We know who our competitors are, and we respect the work that they do. There are other social media agencies and some very talented freelancers who offer similar service to ours, and they're contributing to the development of the digital marketing industry in Guyana. Our focus currently is to make a bigger impact, and we recognize that in order to do so, we have to increase our capacity and increase the efficiency of our services. In the next 15 to 24 months, there are some goals that we are excited to achieve. We want to make our service more accessible to businesses in Guyana. And in order to do so, we'll have to grow our team, and we'll have to ensure that they're equipped with the training and the tools that they need to provide, the quality of work that our clients are going to demand. We also want to ensure that whilst we're scaling, we're providing the best possible service. So we're going to focus on improving and documenting our processes. And we also want to increase brand awareness so that more businesses know the value of our service. And we plan to do so through tailored marketing campaigns. In 5 to 7 years, we envision that Ithaca is going to be a brand that you know and love. And today, each of you have an opportunity to be a part of the journey where we move from where we are right now to where we want to be. But in order for us to do so and to achieve our current business goals, there are some tools that we need. That is why today we're asking for a grant of 500,000 Guyana dollars. And this investment is going to allow us to purchase the tools that we need, content creation tools like studio equipment and a drone, which will make an immediate difference in the quality of work that we provide. And this is going to help us to get closer to where we want to be. I'm highlighting some of the testimonials that we get from our clients, mainly to show you that our service does make an impact and it is needed. But with your support, we will be able to grow Ithaca, and we'll be able to help more businesses thrive online. We're excited about the future, and we'd love to hear from you. Any questions? Hello.
What is the cost for the drone?
Okay, so drones, there will be different prices, but it will be within the range of, say, 250 to 300, depending on, what brand we go for and stuff like that.
So let's say the drone is 300,000, just to round it off. How much is the cost for the other item?
They would fall within that 200,000. So I could provide a list, with the equipment and the prices.
Your presentation was very good. What would have been useful is for you to put in maybe a quotation with the amounts, and so that we could get an idea of how much, because your ask is 500,000 for the grant. So once we see that breakdown, we'll know, because everything is about accountability.
Yes.
Nonetheless, I would definitely love to give you one of these.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, judges, for your question, and congratulations so far on Renuka's progress. Can we now welcome Miss Alexis Stacy Reese of Eastgate Products?
Did you know that marinating is an ancient culinary art that is used to preserve meat and add taste to food? Esteemed judges, good afternoon. My name is Alexis Reese, the proprietress of Eastgate Products, and I want to thank you for the opportunity to present my business to you. Eastgate was founded in 2021, and it's a woman-owned agro-processing business, and we are located in Diamond on the east bank of Demerara, Georgetown, Guyana. Eastgate Products was born out of a practical need that I had an experience during a Zoom meeting with colleagues during the pandemic. Our mission is to simplify cooking while delivering rich, authentic flavors to every kitchen. What is the problem that we solve? Time-consuming marinating or meal preparation. Many struggle with marinating meat and seasoning meals efficiently, also knowing which herb is best for which meat to add that right texture and flavor. Also, inconsistent flavor and taste. Home cooks face difficulty achieving consistent taste and flavor. So at Eastgate, this is our solution to that problem. We offer ready-to-use marinating sauces that save time and effort in meal preparation, not forgetting adding that necessary needed taste. Our expertly blended marinades ensure consistent, flavorful results in every dish. Our unique angle. At Eastgate Products, we specialize in handcrafted marinades and condiments. We are conveniently located in Georgetown, and we are certified by the Guyana National Bureau of Standards with the Made in Guyana certification. We use decade-old inherited recipes that were perfected for 4 generations, and I'm the 4th generation. We serve our niche with authentic, handcrafted Guyanese sauces and condiments made from local ingredients, and I want to say it's 90% local ingredients. Eastgate Products will soon to be GYS 901 certified. Our business model. Our customers at the moment are DSL Cash and Carry Supermarket, Real Value Supermarket, Guyana Shop, K&K Supermarket in Maikoni, Massey Supermarket, Movitown, and Giftland. And we had just received an order from Massey Providence. To increase our brand visibility, we have a social media page telling our customers where to find our product and about our product. Our product is also seen across the country on the big screens, and I want to say we are proud that is proudly sponsored by the Small Business Bureau. Here are the prices of our products. We have exotic pepper sauce, chili cassava casrip, complete seasoning, thyme blend, garlic fusion, fish marinade, jerk marinade, spicy and original for those who don't like too much pepper. They range from $1,000 to $2,000. What is the future for Eastgate Products? So we want a 5-year to move from the point that we are right now to where we foresee our business. And we want to target particularly Caribbean markets so we can leverage our Guyanese flavor. And we want to target specifically Barbados, Montserrat, and Grenada. Why we want to target those particular islands is because they don't have as much agricultural land as we do, and they don't produce the amount of sauces and condiments and pepper that we do, and herbs and spices. So it would be easier, as long as our products are tasty and quality, to be able to leverage that market. Of course, we want to have a bigger building with more space, because if there's going to be increased production, then we would need more space for storage and more space for increased productivity. And we want to add 3 new line of products within the next 5 years to our brand. So we are seeking funding of a grant of $500,000 and a loan of $1 million to increase working capital. This will help to expand our production capacity and meet sales demand. It will also help me to buy supplies in a larger quantity and to meet the demand of new customers that was just established in Barbados at the concluded AgriFest that was held in February. It will enable me to supply and meet orders for customers who have a charge period of 30 days. And it will put me in a position to hire a production worker and a part-time personnel to work from April of 2025. And this is the income statement for February. And my projected income statement that we project for sales after we would receive financing. And this is a cash flow projection for the period. We want to do from March to June. And here are some testimonials from Eastgate Products, which is a growing woman-owned business that's operated by yours truly. All these testimonials are recurring customers. Thank you for your time and attention, and I appreciate this opportunity to share my vision and to learn from your insight. And here is my contact information.
Very interesting and detailed presentation.
Thank you.
It's interesting to see that your vision is not just for tomorrow, it's 5 years. I don't have a lot of questions because you were very clear. I'd like to give you one of this so that we can.
More questions from our judges? Thank you, Ms. Stacy Reese, for a compelling presentation. Now, let's welcome Ms. Minawati Array, Countryside Kitchen.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Minawati Array, the proud owner for Countryside Kitchen. With the grace of God, 1 year ago, I started something that I love doing, and I make a business out of it, and that is Countryside Kitchen. With the knowledge I gained from the Sherry Blair Foundation and Action Coach Guyana, I stand proudly before you to tell you all about my business. We offer homemade flavors for every household, agro-processed products, catering service, finger foods, and cutlers. We supply fresh bread to Region 1 and distribution of other products. The problem that we solve, the absence of high-quality homemade flavors in the market. Busy individuals struggle to prepare delicious homemade cooked meals limited access to preservative-free agro-processed products. Bars and businesses need consistent suppliers for quality finger foods and cutters, and the shortage of fresh bread in Region 1. Our solution: we partnered with Ali's Bakery and Banks DIH, and we supply fresh bread daily to Region 1, Port Kaituma to be exact. We provide agro-processed products with less preservatives. Catering service for private functions, finger foods and cutters for bars and social gathering. Our unique angle. We have traditional recipes which are made from locally sourced ingredients. We offer online orders and direct deliveries. We use less preservatives, which offers more natural flavors, and we are reliable in distributing bread to Region 1. This is our business model. We have distribution of bread at a price of $980. We have a catering service, which is available from $25,000. We have B2B sales, which we supply businesses with cutters and finger foods at the wholesale price. Our target market are household, bars, remote communities, local customers. This diverse approach helps Countryside Kitchen to serve both individuals and consumers and businesses. This is what we did for the last year. And these are some of our competitors. And this is a future vision which we would like to have a modern kitchen. Our financial ask is $3 million alone to purchase equipments. We are asking at a $3 million loan, and this is our projection after we would have accessed that loan. This is my team and some of our customers' testimonials. Countryside Kitchen is all about bringing homemade flavors straight to your table. Simple, authentic, and full of traditions. We are ready to grow and bring our products to more homes. So let's make it happen together. That's my contact number. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I don't know if I missed it. Could you tell us where your current operation is?
Lot 5 Kisoon Scheme, Good Hope, on the East Coast.
Good Hope. And how long have you been in business?
I've a year now.
So you have specific customers currently?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. What again I'll ask for is for a breakdown, because you're asking for $3 million, but there's no attached breakdown to that. Like, we see the operation that you're requesting to have, but you need to have like a plan, then the costing, which is costing it. So we could see the item per item, what is required. So I may not be able to give the entire $3 million, but I'll be able to give a subsection of that, right? Okay, so once we see that, we could take it from there.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Minawati, for your presentation. And let's go right into Ms. Shondell Gray's presentation, Nail Room and Spa International.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shondell Ann Gray, and I'm the owner of Nail Room and Spa International. Introducing Nail Room and Spa is a salon that specializes in nails, pedicure, and manicure, established 2012. This is my current location, one of my current locations. Problems we see every day in the salon is green man and fungus toes. Solution. A lot of time customers come into the salon and they buy all kind of stuff from the pharmacies and it still don't work. So at Nail Room and Spa, we always advise our customer to use home-based remedy such as baking soda, garlic, vinegar, etc. My unique angle, what makes me stand out from my competitive is that I'm a qualified nail tech in the business for 13 plus years, having a clean and tidy environment, clean and sanitize my tools after every customers, and some of my tools are even disposable. Also uses trusted brands such as Maya Secret, Valentina Beauty Pour, Model Ones, and etc. These are some of my certificates that I've required over the years. My business model, pedicure, most recent pedicure is $5,000. Manicure is $2,000, and nail prices ranges from $8,000 to $15,000. Financial for 2024, nails revenue $6,912,000, expense $3,907,000, profit $6,515,000. Made an error there. The manicure is $2,808,000, expense $108,000 because the manicure don't normally require a whole lot. So the expenses be less. Profit, $108 million. Miss make an error there. Pedicure, $1,440,000. Expense, $1,208,600. Profit, $1,205,740. My future vision is a cosmetology school that I already constructed 30 feet in length, and this is my future vision that I would like to have within the next 6 months. I'm currently working on it. Financial Acts is for a loan or a grant of $2 million to fully furnish the school with modern technology that are capable of bringing forward a better quality nail techs in Guyana. My cash flow for the school would be having 12 students, 6 mornings, 6 evenings for 3 weeks at $60,000 per person. $720,000 profit per month. A graduation after every month would be expense of $150,000 give and takes based on the market stuff. Yearly profit projection, $6.8 million, $6,840,000. Thank you all. This is my contact number. You can book me on WhatsApp. I'm on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Nail Room and Spa International, TikTok, Nail Room and Spa, Instagram, Nail Room and Spa 592. Once again, thank you for listening. Any question?
Any questions from the judges?
Sorry, could you remind me what is the financial ask? $2 million?
$2 million in a loan or a grant preferably.
Good. So your ask here says to furnish the school. Do we currently have a school?
I currently have a nail salon, but I'm constructing the school as we speak.
So you can finish the school on your own?
No.
All right, because your question is just to fully furnish the school. So for us to furnish the school, we have to make sure that the school is finished.
Oh, okay, okay. But I could finish the constructor as in the building, but then I don't have enough money once I finish that to furnish it with the modern technology that I need to do the job.
I'll give you one of this, and perhaps we can have a conversation after.
Thank you very much.
Any other questions? Thank you so much, Shondal. Now we have Ms. Charlene Miller, Impact Business Solutions.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Charlene Miller, and I am the owner of Impact Business Solutions. So they say success isn't about ideas, but it's about bringing those ideas to life. And that is exactly what we do here at Impact Business Solutions. So Impact Business Solutions was founded in 2021 due to the citing of the need for marketing and business development services by businesses. This was just out of the pandemic, and I actually was working with a company who provided these services, but not to the extent that I currently do. And when I reached out to businesses, those persons would have said, hey, I need help with this, or I might need help with that. You know, times are kind of hard, and I don't know how, especially the growing and businesses and persons now entering into entrepreneurship. And I was eager enough to say, I have the knowledge, why not share? So my team is made up of women, like myself, and we work assiduously to provide excellent services to business and individuals thinking about starting businesses. So the problem, as mentioned before, a lot of persons want to get into business, are in business, but don't understand the ways how to go about striving in business and making an impact. And that is where Impact Business Solutions and our team provide that guidance and help that they may need to strive in business. We provide a range of services for businesses, including social media management, compliance services for GRA, NIS, business registration, and even incorporation for persons who want to take that big step. Right? So these are some of the things that they might have a problem with: lack of support, limited access to tailored solutions, absence of client-centric approach from other companies that they may interact with. So the solution, Impact Business Solution, provides tailored business and marketing solutions for businesses. Where our clients come to us, sometimes they have no idea about registering a business. And in my opinion, that might be a simple task. But there are a lot of persons who have no idea how to go about registering their business. And that is the first step to having your business project into success. So what sets us apart? First, we are very client-centric. We know all our clients are not the same, so we don't treat them the same. We go that extra mile for you. We have a proven track record for the last 4 years. Most of our customers and clients have been coming back to us for the last 4 years. For example, the persons that are with us as clients have been with us, most of them, at least 3 years. So that allows us to continue our revenue without wondering where our next dollar is going to come from, because our clients trust us. We also ensure that we provide a tailored approach to all of our customers and clients. Our business model, we have a varying business models, which include a subscription model. We do that for our social media services, and our packages start from $30,000 to $60,000. We provide full management of your daily social media, and our clients trust us for that. We have a wide range of clients, track parts, windjammers, a lot more. So we also provide graphic design services, compliance for all your business needs. We are actually extending the list of compliance services because of the need that we foresee, and persons are reaching out to us for a lot of services GRA related. Our cash flow. So we have been in operations, as I said, since 2021. Our last year's revenue was actually $5,344,000. However, the total expense for that was about 19% of that. Since we're a service-based business, we do not require a lot of hard investment, capital investment. Our investment is actually in the resources, which are the young ladies who work assiduously to provide the services that we do offer. So our future outlook, our current vision is to expand to a more comprehensive group of services that we provide to our clients, which would be event management. We would like to offer training services and printing, which is something that we do outsource from other companies. So our financial acts would be debt financing, which would be a total of $5 million to be used to allow us to provide these new services and enhance the ones that we currently do provide. So how is this $5 million going to be used? The required funding will go into buying printers. As I said, that is something that we do outsource from other companies and other businesses, and we spend a whole lot of money outsourcing this, but because we want to provide a holistic approach, we provide these services by partnering with other businesses to provide printing services. So $2 million on average is going to be going to printers so we can provide the printing services for our clients. We also would like to do the event management, where we would like to also do some event rental equipment, so that when we do have a contract to do some event management, we also can provide the equipment required. Of course, we currently operate remotely. We do come to our clients, and we would like to get an office space. So we were looking at an average rental of let's say, 150 to 200. So the down payment for that would have been average 500 to 750. So we also would need office furniture for that office when we do acquire it, and we average the furniture would be up to about 750. I think that covers the $5 million. So our projections for this year. So we currently started January, and the projections that we had would have been a net profit of $372,000. However, we actually did make that in January, but for February, we did, fall short a little bit, but we do perceive that we will go ahead to make that final profit in December of $1 million counting, and we do foresee we achieving that. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share what Impact Business Solutions is about and our projections. My name is Charlie Miller again. You can contact me on 679-2338. You can send us an email at impactmarketing20@gmail.com. Thank you so much for having me. Judges, do you have any questions for me? Okay, thank you so much.
No questions. Very good presentation. I like the fact that you show how you're going to spend the $5 million acts. And so we may not be able to give you cash, but we'll give you support in kind.
Thank you so much.
Well done, Ms. Charlene Miller. And now we will be taking a quick break. However, before we do that, we must acknowledge our sponsors who made the HerVenture Summit and Expo 2025 possible. That is none other than the Small Business Bureau, the Women's Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mobile Money Guyana Inc., Republic Bank Limited, and the Guyana Bank for Trade and Industry. And of course, our esteemed judges, to reiterate for you, Ms. Siobhan Sears from the Women's Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Ms. Rewati Mahade of the GBTI, Ms. Denise Bipat, Mobile Money Guyana, and Mr. Altaf Hamid, Republic Bank Limited. This has been such an inspiring discussion, and now it's time to take that inspiration and turn it into real connections and opportunities. Over the next 15 minutes, I would like to encourage you to step outside of your comfort zones. Meet someone new, explore the expo, and take part in our business-to-business speed matching. These moments of engagements are where ideas spark, collaboration begins, and businesses grow. Remember that the most successful entrepreneurs aren't those just with great ideas. They're the ones who build the right networks. So use that time wisely. And when we return in 15 minutes, we'll dive into business financing and digital transformation strategies to help you take your ventures to the next level. So see you after a short break, and we have some more exciting keynotes coming up for you. I think we can have a bigger round of applause than that, can't we? Excellent. Welcome back, everyone. We will be beginning our panel discussion very shortly. However, let's go through a quick safety briefing. So, the gallery upstairs has a fire escape. In the main auditorium, there is also a door to the north and down the middle of the corridor. There is also a main lobby door, which is used at the entrance. And right behind me on stage to the left, we have another exit as well as to the north of the stage. As we begin to welcome in a few more attendees and guests, we will just be a little bit more patient, and then we'll head right in. Now, we will be turning our attention to the women who are leading the change, turning challenges into opportunities, making impact on a global scale. Our panelists are a testament to resilience, innovation, and the power of entrepreneurship. So let's welcome Ms. Cassandra Crawford, owner of Kaizo Fiesta Organic Juices. Let's have a round of applause, please. Beautiful. Ms. Wanda Campbell, owner of Wonderfully Made Products. Ever so wonderful herself. Ms. Alana Bunbury Walton, owner of Jar's Zero Waste Store. We love a sustainable queen. Ms. Michelle Mohammed, owner of M's Medical Spa. And Ms. Annabelle Carter Sharma, operations manager of Total Property Management Services, Inc. And guiding this conversation as well is our esteemed moderator, Ms. Deborah Austin, Business Support Specialist of the Bankability Fund for Women. This conversation is sure to be an enlightening one.
Thank you, Amrita. Ladies, I think we can do much better than that. Great. All right, welcome panelists, welcome audience. Thank you for being here today. Now, we will be dealing with leading the change, pioneering women in business, and their path to global impact. Now, we're here today because of several entities. We'll start with the Sherry Blair Foundation for Women, who made this business training possible for these ladies. It was also in collaboration with ACI and also funded by ExxonMobil. Now I will ask each of the ladies to briefly introduce themselves and tell you a little bit about their business. And I'll start to my direct left, Miss Annabelle.
Good afternoon all, and happy International Women's Day to everyone. And gentlemen in the office, your day is coming, not to worry. So my name is Annabelle Carter Sharma. I'm an architect for the last over 20 years. And recently I started a business called Total Property Management Services, along with two other ladies who are also directors. This company was started during COVID, well, a week before COVID. And if we can manage and drive through that, we can live up to anything else.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cassandra Crawford. I am the owner of Kaizo Fiesta Organic Juices. We hail from the beautiful region in the heart of Guyana, Region 10, Linden. Thank you for having me. Happy International Women's Day to everyone, and thank you for the gentlemen that are supporting this endeavor.
Hello everyone, my name is Wanda Campbell, hence the name Wonderfully Made. Happy International Women's Day to each and every one of you. It is an honor to be here among such amazing women, wonderful women, and it's a pleasure to be here. So my business is Wonderfully Made. It is a unique blend of herbs and spices we provide that enhances all of your meals, such as green seasoning, mango achar, Karila achar, plain pepper sauce, and flavored pepper sauce. You can find us on all our social media pages,
And you can contact us on 681-4432 to have more information to enhance your entire life.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alana Bunbury Walton, and I'm the owner of JARS Zero Waste Store. To tell you a little bit about what JARS does, I'll ask 3 questions, and if any of the questions apply to you, just show by raising your hand. So, is there anyone here who's concerned about glowing skin and healthy hair? So, I am your supplier. Anyone here who's environmentally conscious, who cares about the environment, loves plastic-free products? All right, so we're also an eco-friendly entity. We do refills on our products, and we do not use plastic. And lastly, anyone here loves DIY projects? All right, so we provide all the ingredients you need for all those DIY projects, whether it's candle making, whether it's soap making. You just visit JARS and you can get everything there. So just so you know, we're exhibiting outside. If you want to know more, just stop by JARS Zero Waste.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Excuse me. Happy International Women's Day to everyone here. I'm so honored to be here today. My name is Michelle Mohammed, and I am the owner and founder of M's Medical Spa, a place where you can define your own beauty. At M's, we provide a variety of aesthetic treatments, ranging from specialized facial treatments, express or liquid BBL, so to speak. So if you find you want to get a little, bigger in another region, check me out. We provide permanent makeup as well, so your brows can actually look like mine. So you can be on flick every single day of the week, right? We provide foot detoxes, skin tag removals, and the list goes on. We're located on the highway just before Splashman at Lot 26, Wyatt Harbor, Suzac Linden Highway. And thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. And you notice we have everything here, right? If you want to know how to cook, we have somebody that is catering for that. If you want to save the environment, we have somebody catering for that. If you want to know how to look after your skin, we have somebody for that. If you're in construction, we also have somebody for that. And again, if you are interested in healthy juices, we have somebody for that. So there's no saying what limits us. Right? We can do it all. And we're here to show you and to let you understand that we are trying and we have been succeeding in our different areas. Now, I'll ask the ladies, how did the program that you started, the Road to Growth program, transform your business mindset and your approach? And I'll start from the far left.
Hello once again. The program, the Road to Growth program in particular, has helped me transform my mindset in the way I approach my business in 2 major ways. The first thing is that when I started M's Medical Spa, I did not really have a clear vision. Road to Growth helped me to outline that vision, which then gave me a direction in which I wanted to see where I wanted my business to go, more or less. The other aspect was I never liked debt. I mean, I don't think much persons like having to pay installments every month. But the thing is that I learned a very valuable lesson, which was growing businesses need financing. And being able to change or have that mindset change, I was able to move from a 1-bedroom spa in my house to a full-scale building with at least 4 operational rooms for clients, and which has also helped me to increase the number of clients I can take at a time.
All right, so I'll also share 2 ways in which the Road to Growth program helped me. First, as the name suggests, Road to Growth. I started my business in COVID, and in addition to that, the type of business I was doing was very unique. I marketed it to environmentalists. So not much people were doing environmental business, and a lot of people didn't know what it was. So the first few weeks of opening, I really wasn't getting any customers. People would come by the window, they would peep, and then they would just keep going, walking by. So when I saw the Road to Growth program being advertised, I knew that I needed my business to grow, and so I enrolled in the program, which has helped me to realize who I should really be marketing to. So it helped to refine my customer approach and my marketing program. And today, I'm still very much environmentally focused, but I'm more marketing to businesses that want raw and bulk ingredients for their startups. And I'm proud to say that I supply a lot of the businesses who are here and those who envision to start businesses in skincare and hair care. So those are the ways in which the Road to Growth program has helped me.
So the Road to Growth program, before the Road to Growth program, I had a different look about business. I always had a passion for business, but I didn't have the knowledge to run a successful business. I would just go buy the stuff, make the stuff, sell the stuff, have the money, spend the money, thinking I got to make some stuff again, sell, make the money. And that has been me before the Road to Growth. The Road to Growth program actually gave me the knowledge to run a successful, thriving business. Like I don't even say that thriving business. I like to say that I am building a brand and I am building a company. I do not like the term a small business. I am building a brand. I am building a company. So if you say, how is your small business? I'm not too sure because I am building a company. So the Road to Growth has helped me to be confident to actually speak into my business like that.
Road to Growth for me has taught me to show up more for my business. Prior to, I should say, jumping into business of itself, I was in finance, banking and finance. So I'm a very meticulous person, so to say. But then Road to Growth has done structure for me. It has added, I want to say, more resilience to the effort that I put into when I step into a room to speak more confidently of what my business is about. My business basically brought me up. It's more than 30 years strong. It started with my parents, and when we revamped this business in 2024, I wanted to take it to a different level. So seeing what Road to Growth deems necessary in terms of its compliances and so on has just added better foundation for me to say, well, I'm on the right track. And I've gone through the other programs, and I'm nothing but happy for the opportunity that Road to Growth in itself and the foundations that support it have provided.
When I first heard about the Road to Growth program, and with it going to be able to teach you finance, that is an area I had no clue about. I so loved my technical field. I thought everything was good. I decided to take the opportunity to learn about finance. And in doing so, I've been able to turn my architectural service into a business. I have 2 other architects working with me. They're newly graduated from the University of Guyana. And in starting property management, I knew what I needed to start with and how to build from there in order to make that a company for longevity.
Thank you, ladies. And I'm sitting here and I'm listening and I'm still learning, but something keep popping up. All the ladies are talking about finance. So that comes to numbers. And I know a lot of us don't like numbers. And we've gotten a bit lazy because of our phones and computers. But I would like to ask the ladies, I mean, Annabelle just went in a little to it, but I'll ask the ladies. How has the financial literacy component influenced your approach to managing your business finances? So I'll start from Cassandra because Annabelle would have did a bit of that.
So, as I mentioned earlier, it was more so to add structure to what I deemed initially adequate record keeping. It's a lot more meticulous in terms of starting from my raw materials all the way up to where I'm looking to market, any future endeavors for the business, projections, all of those things. And in every aspect, it takes looking at your numbers each and every time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking about the numbers. Sorry. That, like I mentioned before, I was the type of person who would buy and pick up what is there and sell now. I keep records. I do income and expenditure. I make sure that all of I know how I am spending, what I'm spending, what is priority, what I can deal with now. All has to do with my record keeping and how it even helped me to see if my business is growing and if on a monthly basis where I fall short, where I need to put in more work. So this has helped me in a major way. And also for you to, like other persons listening out there, record keeping helps you with formalizing things with your compliances. It helps your business reach a different level.
I'd share that understanding your numbers is essential for the operation of any business. In the beginning, you know you want to do a business, but you're not really thinking about what it takes for that business to be successful. For me, it had a lot to do with understanding how to price your products. Sometimes you have a price in your head, or you use your competitor's pricing without understanding what it takes for you to be able to sell the product at the price that you choose to sell it. So a lot of times when you see some person selling maybe higher or lower than you, the consideration is what is your actual cost. What is the cost for you to operate, to make a profit, etc. So the financial aspect of the Road to Grow program was very much needed for my business. It also helped me to be compliant in a lot of ways, in terms of taxation, in terms of NIS. Once you understand your numbers and once you have, I have a cash flow every week. So every week I ensure I know what I expect to come in, what I expect to go out. I know what I need to sell to be able to make a profit every month. And I also know what my break-even number is. So it's essential that you understand the financial aspect of your business. As difficult as it may seem, it's essential for your business to operate.
I was actually working for free for my business. So the thing is that I had to learn the hard way that the business's money is not your money. And having a separate business account is very, very important. Understanding, as my colleague said, your break-even point to know, okay, which day of the month you're going to break even, so you could start projecting to have a profit, right, is also very important. I did a cash flow projection, which really helped me. So for my business, I cannot talk for everybody's business, but sometimes they are expected slow periods, right? So whether you have slow periods or not, you have overhead expenses and sometimes staff and so forth to pay. Now, with my cash flow projection, I was able to anticipate those slow periods and create promotions that actually turn my slow periods into my best periods, which I was very happy to see that I was actually able to do. So understanding your financial statements, how to create your cash flow projections, because your numbers tell you a story. So you have to learn to understand what the story your numbers are telling you in order to manage your finances better.
Great, thank you, ladies. And a question that I will ask now it may put you to think a little bit further. What is one of the biggest challenge that you had to overcome being a woman in business? And I'll start with Annabelle.
My biggest challenge would be not having the support group. But putting all of that aside, I focused on what I wanted my goal to be. So I did my goal during the day and then hustle to do dinner, do the chores, deal with the kids, take them to school, and it starts back again 5 a.m. the next day. So the challenge is finding the right support group. And when I started at Road to Growth, I had the support group right there. The coaches at ACI too were the support group. So that was my away. That was my me time where I got and found the support that I needed and helped me to grow the businesses, to find the visions, to see what the longevity for both businesses are. So.
Thanks, Annabelle. Cassandra?
For me, it was definitely, like Annabelle was saying, the support group. Finding your people, finding people of like-mindedness, because your vision it's up here. You know how grandiose you want your project to be. You know where you want to take this. Everything good. In reality, it's not all good. You need to be resilient. Road to Growth, and every program thereafter has definitely been a very good stronghold for me. Every time I'm looking for something, even when I did my jump off, looking for a banner, I dealt with Miss Miller, Charlene Miller, and she was excellent. I had a great experience with her. Everybody is always on the ball. I'm looking for this, somebody sends a contact. And I'm happy to know that it's the same women that have come through the same ropes as I have. So you get that same, the great service. We know we have to smile. We know we have to answer in a timely manner. Still, you're kind of not disappointed, and you get to pick. You get to choose who you want to interact with. And I'm so sorry that I can't take services from everybody, but it's really a good support system that has been provided throughout all of the programs that we've attended and so on.
Thank you, Cassandra.
For me, my greatest challenge, I think, fear and support. The support I needed, I thought I had. I thought that I'm going to go into business and everybody's just going to come and then I'm just going to grow in 2 months. And all of this I had in my mind, and I think I was still dreaming until the pain started hitting and the disappointments came. And then that led to fear of failing. So that was my challenge. And the truth is the Road to Growth program has helped me. When I started, I told Coach Keon that I'm gonna stop, man, because I don't think I have the courage to face it. And he said, you see, if you don't show up at the next class, I'll come in and I'll drag on you. And I said, you don't know where I live? And he said, I can find people. But he said that it was funny, and I tell myself that, you know what, this is, at least he sees something in me. So I got the support from there. I have a short list of friends. One, I can go and tell how much I struggle. I have a next particular one that very strict with me. Her name is Talisha Case. She would call me and tell me, come, you need to do this. You got to get this done. So I got the support from my friends. In terms of fear, I turned that to God. And I told him that if he give me this, I know that I can do it because he believe in me. So that was my challenges. Other than when I completed the Road to Growth, my confidence was, and I'm sitting here looking straight at Coach Keon, videoing me, because he knew how fearful I was to address the audience, to speak about my products, to even face anybody. Now I'm actually sitting looking into everyone's face without, I get him pink, but you know, it's fine. I still feel confident that I'm here among so much resilient women, and I can say now that I can go forward, and any challenge can come to me with business. I know once you have challenges, the only thing after challenges is solution. So there's problem. The problem is as big as you think of it. So for me, this is a problem. There's a list of solutions to start thinking of the solution. Thank you so much, Coach Keon.
I think everyone that went through Road to Growth has a Coach Keon story. Understanding what success looked like was the greatest challenge for me. I started off thinking that success meant having a business, you sold so much, then you can afford to buy this and you can afford to buy that. But learning that success is really a mindset. That was the turning point for me. It didn't matter how much products or how much revenue I had at the end of the day or the end of the week or the end of the month. Not being able to cultivate good habits in yourself would be the problem. So I had to learn to deal with procrastination. I had to learn to deal with financial management. All of these were actual mindset ideas because I started to train my mind that if ever I feel I'm going to put something off for tomorrow, I got up and did it right away. So that was one way I learned to deal with procrastination. Financial management, it's still a bit of a struggle, but we're getting there. I'm in a much better place than I was, I'd say, a year ago. Dealing with tardiness. If ever I'm late for something, it's because I plan to be late. So time management, learning to manage time effectively, all of these were challenges that I learned and trained my mind to approach and to master to help me to be a successful business.
For me, I think managing home and work has always been a challenge initially, especially when you have multiple businesses. And then sometimes, you're not able to always find the right staff and systemize. But having to go through the Road to Growth program, you do the work once and it multiplies. So that's what it means to systemize your workforce. So the thing is that managing home now, and then as a woman, you have everything to do. Everything is on your shoulders. I know every lady in here is shaking their head, yes. You have to cook, you have to clean, there's so much things you have to do. And on top of that, what we have to do, run a business or several businesses, right? So the thing is that, as my colleague said, time management really helped me along the way. Wanda put it very nicely, where there is a problem, there is a solution, right? So with that, for my challenge of managing work and home, I was actually able to overcome that very nicely. And I think for me, record keeping was a challenge as well initially. But after going through the Road to Growth program, I was actually able to be better prepared to collect my receipts. I'm no longer in a hurry. It's like, don't worry with your gas receipts or whatever the case may be. I'm able to get those receipts in order and to record everything coming and going out of the business in a more efficient manner.
Thank you, ladies. I honestly feel that, we could have a whole afternoon of just sitting down listening to these ladies tell us stories about how they became successful, how they became or how they have arrived where they are today. And I'm taking a page out of Wanda's book and I'm saying these are all growing business. We don't have any small business up here, right? So my final question to you ladies tonight is, what advice would you give to women considering the program but feeling hesitant?
I would say to you to take the opportunity to learn what you do not know. Even if you know, still take the opportunity to go, because you never know what you will learn. For me, it is listening to something over and over, and if you do, you may capture something you never captured before. Or it also lets you see a different light and a different perspective. So take the opportunity to learn. It's being funded. Please take the opportunity to learn.
My advice would definitely be to show up for your business. If you are not stretching, let's say, for your family, or if it's not that personal, do it for yourself. You always have to start with the person in the mirror, and I feel like that's your biggest supporter. You work on who you are, and then you can provide support within the founding networks that, you know, what do I say? It's like a whole family that is encompassed in every group, in every interaction. It's like Annabelle is saying, you keep hearing the same resounding comments. It's encouragement. Use them, tailor them to whatever aspect. If it's not just your business, your lifestyle, you can lend advice. It's the little things that matter.
So we as women, if we don't like a sale, we like something free. So we see a sale and we run. We call everyone and we say, oh, here have a sale and there have a sale. Or if, oh, did you know that these people are sharing out something free, like the 100,000? So I'm saying to each and every one of you who's listening and hesitant to join the Road to Growth program, is to take the opportunity of something that is free. It's to secondly invest in yourself. You would never regret a day of investing in yourself. If you invest in yourself, you will grow. If you grow, you can help others grow. So if you're hesitant, just go for it. The Road to Growth program is there for you to grow. Road to Growth.
I'll start by saying, if you think you know, you don't know. So the first day of class, I thought I knew how to run a business. But after the first day of the Road to Growth class, I knew I didn't know anything about running a business. Take the opportunity. Like my colleague said, it's an investment in yourself. And you'd see that your support network will grow. And you'll meet so many other people that you have an opportunity to support and for other people to support you. So register today for Road to Growth.
Brad Sugars once said, words can inspire, thoughts can provoke, but only action truly brings you closer to your dreams. So I would encourage every woman who is hesitant to join the Road to Growth program. It provides that in-depth learning and skills and tools that you need that would not help you to just grow as a business, but as an individual. It provides you with the opportunity to connect and network with a lot of powerhouse women, and that you form a lot of close bonds and friendships with that actually, they end up showing up there when you're down, when you're up. They give you advice. You can turn to them. And I am so happy that I was actually able to have that opportunity to form a lot of close bonds, not only with my colleagues, but with the coaches who are forever there in your life. I remember calling Coach Kian and Coach Upasson several times. I'm stuck with things. How do you think I should approach an issue? And that's the thing. After you finish the program doesn't finish with you, so to speak. So don't be hesitant. Do not waste the opportunity to try something that will actually not only change your business, but change your life overall. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, ladies, for your time this afternoon. It was truly phenomenal, and I'm truly blessed to be among these phenomenal ladies. There's my word for the afternoon. Phenomenal ladies. And the audience are filled with phenomenal ladies, right? So thank you. And I do hope that I do trust that if we have ladies out in the audience that has not registered, we can see the example of paying attention to yourself, investing in your own wealth, in your own self, and the outcome. You definitely cannot go wrong. So once again, thank you, ladies, and thank you, audience.
Excellent. That brings us to the end of our panel discussions. And ladies, feel free to interact with our ladies who joined us at the panel. Once again, that's Miss Cassandra Crawford, Miss Wanda Campbell, Miss Alana Bunbury-Walton, Miss Michelle Mohammed, and Miss Annabelle Carter Sharma. Ladies, you trust me as your host, don't you? And I know we all love taking photos, don't we? So, why don't we open our phones, go to the camera app, and I'm challenging you to take a photo of the person next to you. Now, when you do that, I would like you, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, you know it, I would like you to post and hashtag HerVenture Summit 2025. I wonder why is it that I'm not seeing that very many phones, though? I mean, you all had to download the HerVenture app to get in here. And if you're not comfortable asking the person next to you, feel free to come up on stage and take one with me. You're all welcome. I see so many photogenic women in the audience. Just a quick announcement, everyone. There's a car, PAC 2311, that is blocking someone. Now that we're ready to welcome our next keynote speaker, I must ask, who loves a woman in education? And who loves to be an educated woman? Does it seem like you all are buying this? Can I get a bigger round of applause for our women in education? Beautiful. Now let's welcome our keynote speaker, Professor Paloma Mohammed Martin, and she will be telling us more about women in academia who are pioneering the future of education as a wonderful example herself.
And what a wonderful way to spend an International Women's Day. I'm so delighted to have been invited this afternoon because I would not have been here and I would have missed all the wonderful products and people like Karila Achar. I have to get some. My mom loves Karila. And also this lady who manages property, and also learning about how impactful this wonderful product program is. So congratulations to all the sponsors and to everybody who's put this together. Now, I'm supposed to speak on a big topic, and I have 5 minutes, and so that's not going to work. I just told Vishnu I'm very delighted not to speak because I could sit down and listen to these ladies all afternoon, but he said, no, you must, but we're running over time. So I'm going to just kind of summarize what I wanted to say as I'll try for 5 minutes. I have Simone timing me there. So many people may not know that before I came to academia, I actually founded and ran a company with some colleagues of mine when I was just out of university in 1990. In fact, I had 2 companies. One of them was a production company that was doing plays at the Cultural Center and here at the Theatre Guild. And the other one was a research company, one of the first in the country, as Guyana was opening up in the 1990s to business. And so we did market research. One of the things that happened, though, is within 6 months of the company, the market research and advertising company, being launched, I had lost 4 of my 5 partners from the university. We had graduated together. And part of that problem was because I was young. I didn't have children. I was in my early 20s, but my partners were actually very, very committed, and they were terrified of the risks involved in not knowing what salary you could have every month. So one of the first things I want to leave with you this afternoon is to say that if you are young, don't let anybody tell you don't try it. Go for it as young as you can. The second thing is, I want to ask a question. I have 2 envelopes in my hand here. And those who know me know I like to ask questions. I'm a teacher, right? I also like to give rewards. So the first envelope is a question, 2 questions actually. The first one, ladies and gentlemen, how many people in the room have cell phones? Everybody, wonderful. So that's not what you get a prize for, because I'll have to give everybody a prize. But what do you use your cell phone for? Business, right. What else? Research. Whoever said research, this red envelope is yours. You'll get it after I come down. Research. Because one of the most important things that we have to understand is the word synchronicity in anything that we do. You may have a passion, but you may not know enough about your competitors. I saw one person this afternoon speak about their competitors. You have to know what's going on. You have to be trained to do what you do, or you have to know where to find the training to do what you do. And you also have to be very careful about who you choose to be with you. So it's wonderful that we actually could see people working together here. So you use your phones not only for social media and macroing what everybody is doing, but you use your phones for research, for connecting you to things like HerVenture. The university has now a number of free programs that you can choose from, and we don't only have programs for people who want to go into high academics. We have the institutes for distance and continuing education that have centers in 6 parts of the country, and you can learn anything from cake making to care of the elderly to plumbing to dressmaking, to designing, to jewelry making, anything. There are 6 months courses and so on. So that if you have an idea and you want to do a business and you don't have the training, it can train you to do that, and then you can connect to HerVentures to help you to figure out how to make that business work and all those other things that you learn to do. So we're opening our applications in March, at the end of March. We'll only be open for about 6 weeks because we expect that we'll have an avalanche of people because, of course, it's going to be free. And that's wonderful, but we only have that many spaces this year, even though we're adding 1,000 spaces across our program. So please ensure that you try to hook into that and to hook anybody else that you want to learn about this into that. Now, 3 things that I want to speak about. Is there a teenage girl in here this afternoon? Did anybody bring a teenager in here? Teenage girl, this one is for you. We have to educate our girls. We have to expose them to what we do at a very, very early age. Because when they get to womanhood, like many of us recognize, it's kind of too late or very late, and they're catching up. It's not too late. It's never too late because you can do your business at any time. But you certainly have more time if you start young. And you start young by exposing our girls to things that we want them to know and learn. And it's never too late or too early to learn. The other 2 things I want to say in the 3 minutes that I have left are, as possible, 1, when people speak about self-care in the context of women, they often talk about things like, you know, get your hair, go to the spa, and all of that is wonderful. We love it. I love it myself. Find a nice dress, get some quiet time. But they hardly ever tell you about how to get your financial self-care. And one of the things I really want to stress here this afternoon, while I can speak about many things in the academy, you can Google that, right? 1, download News to Go, please. This is a news app. You get all the news in the country on one app and all of the opportunities that are available in that one app. That's the first thing. Second thing is there is a Guyanese stock exchange in this country, a small stock exchange, but you can start with as low as $5,000 or $10,000 buying stocks, like Banks DIH, like DDL, and I'm not advertising for anybody, like Caribbean Containers, etc. And the earlier you start, the better and more returns you can get. People think, especially women, that you have to have a lot of money to invest and to save. The other thing is, even if you have $1,000 a month or a week, try and save it. Try and tie it up and do something. The last thing I want to say, and I can say this afternoon, and this was my speech, but I'm going to say it in 1 sentence. The world is changing very rapidly. Become a friend of technology. Become a friend of technology. Those phones in your hands are very powerful. You can carry your library. You can carry your contacts. You can do your research. You can market. You can store your information. You can write your emails. It's your office on the go, right? So use your phones in a very, very strategic way. It's not only for entertainment, you need that. The third, well, this might be the 4th thing, is that we often forget our grounding. Self-care should not actually exclude our spiritual lives. Very important. When you pray, you do something like what you do on this app. You clarify your thoughts. And even if you're not a big religious person, that grounding is important. So if you have some grounding, don't lose it while you are getting your business done. Very important as well. And also, of course, the final thing I want to say this afternoon is the world is changing. Technology is your friend. Use it, but also understand and develop those skills that are human. I didn't hear anybody this afternoon speak about caring for the elderly. Big market. Big market. Didn't hear anybody this afternoon talking about caring for children. As this economy grows, people are going to need people to look after and help their children. Big market. What distinguishes you from every other social media company, and I love your ideas, I'm not saying they're bad ideas, but what distinguishes you? Are you doing stuff with children, for instance, big market, huge market, right? Are you doing things with people who are not in the actual middle of things, right? Are you doing legwork for people? We need to save time. People need to save time. What are these kinds of businesses? And what are things that we can't get automation necessarily to do? So think about the future of the world. Technology is going to work with you, but you have to find the gaps that are there to make sure that the integration of technology across the world does not replace you. You have to stay ahead of things all the time. Otherwise, you'll soon find that a good business was a good business. And finally, please, today is International Women's Day, and I want to thank the men who have been here this afternoon and who have been in your lives, because a lot of what I have done in my life has been with men, because when I started my company, I had 50 clients, and there was not one woman client that I had 40, 30 years ago. So seeing you this afternoon has really warmed my heart, and I want to say thank you to the people who are supporting this from the bottom of my heart. But most importantly, be sisterly. Be sisterly. The phones are there. You could look up the definition, because I have 30 seconds. But be sisterly, not only today. Be sisterly to the young girl next door. Be sisterly to the old lady who can't cross the street. Be sisterly to your friend, even though they've disappointed and hurt you. Be sisterly to a stranger. Be sisterly. Women make up the majority of people in this world, in this country. And it really, 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 really should not be that you are in the economic positions you find yourselves sometimes. And part of your power and strength is with each other. And I'm really delighted that this program is bringing you together in that way. The university is here. I give everybody my number. You could WhatsApp me. Don't ask me for money. This is all I have. But I can give you advice. My cell number is 623-9930. WhatsApp me. Don't call me. I'm always in meetings. But if you WhatsApp me, you want to know anything about the university, I can connect you. God bless you, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Paloma, for those remarks. I feel far more enlightened than I was this morning right before the event, and it is also thanks to you wonderful women entrepreneurs in the room. Now, we know that securing funding is often one of the biggest hurdles for entrepreneurs, but access to the right financial tools can be a game changer. Here to speak more on how businesses can move from vision to reality with the GVTI Grow Loan, let's welcome Mr. Juswan Edmondson, Senior Manager, Corporate and Commercial Banking at GVTI.
Good afternoon, everyone, and happy International Women's Day. And thank you, Amrita. And a lot of powerful messages we have been hearing this afternoon. So I'm going to share quickly, just like Dr. Mohammed, I also have a very short time. I was planning on saying a lot, but I will keep it as concise as possible, and hopefully you get this little message. Now, at GBTI, this is just one aspect of the many things that we have to offer. And it is really suited towards this kind of gathering that we have here this afternoon. So I'm sharing on the GBTI Grow, and this is very, very apt at this time because we're hearing a lot about Grow this afternoon, so it fits in well. Now, how did we come up with Grow? So just like some of the messages we've been hearing this afternoon, we recognize there were not enough accessibility options for SMEs. Most notably, SMEs lacked access to capital and equity, like the ambassador from Suriname mentioned. and therefore business growth was stymied. So you have a great idea, but you cannot grow beyond your current position. Finally, banks were scared to lend to SMEs due to their inability to adapt to the SME model, and that's the banks, right? So we're out there, we want to lend, but we don't know how to adapt to them. So GBTI adapted and decided to grow with you, right? So I'm going to share quickly with you some of the things that we have on offer. And at the end of the session, if I know you may not be able to meet with me directly, we have 2 representatives outside. I encourage you, get the information. Both of them are within the loans department. Take their name and number, and they can, if they're not within your particular catchment, they can, of course, link you up with whichever branch that you want, because we're all across Guyana. So GBTI Grow is really about small business loans available to just about any sector within Guyana. And we have, more importantly, as I mentioned, access to capital. We have unsecured lending available up to about $1 million, right? And we have some of those loans, the equity can be as low as 0%. So we will lend you basically 100% financing for certain amounts. And it is specially crafted payment plans that are available at GBTI. So when you come in, our loan officers would sit with you and they would discuss and make sure that what we have on offer suits your particular plan. Because, you know, in business, it's not like a salaried worker where it's clear cut. We have to go and discuss with you. And of course, visit us to have a deeper discussion, because I say that, and you know, there's a lot of messages that were going out there. I want to encourage everyone that you may talk to your fellow entrepreneur. Sometimes they might not have the experience that you expect, but I can tell you, you know, every business and every individual is different. Your circumstance is different, and I always encourage people, when you come, you know, you want to make the next step, do not be afraid by some of the stories that you hear out there. You have to come in and see for yourself, because your particular scenario will be different from the next person. So I just have some quick examples of some of the businesses that can benefit on the Grow. As I said before, there are a lot, almost all sectors. So we have, just to go through a few, trade-in, distribution, retail, and wholesale. So that's a lot like buying and selling, for instance, catering, entertainment, professional services, salons, barbershops, agriculture, poultry, manufacturing, cottage industries on a smaller scale, and of course commercial vehicles. So it's very widespread, very broad-based. And I'm just going to share on about 3 areas just for you to get an idea of what we have on offer. Within our Grow portfolio, we have a poultry offer, which of course this is a special collaboration with the government of Guyana. And to give you an idea, so $100,000 to $500,000, the interest rate is only 3.5%. Right? So if you're out there, you're rearing chickens, you have layers, you need even equipment for the operation that you have, feel free to visit us. If you need to expand beyond that $500,000, it's 5% interest rate. Right? Equity in this case is 10%, but of course, I encourage you, when people hear you have to inject funds, we would take into consideration what you've already invested, because you wouldn't start a business with you know, zero. You would have some equipment, and so you would buy. Now, another broad area is agriculture. So I'm just going to go through quickly. So for unsecured, for this area, we've opened it up to $800,000. You would require 5% equity. For secured, over $800,000 up to $30 million, it's 10% equity. So even that contribution is very low. And if you go out there, you would know, for instance, you might see the interest rate, but do not be alarmed, because the rates out there for unsecured lending is closer to, let's say, about roughly 40% or so, right? So the risk is great, but we encourage you, still come in, we can talk. In terms of the non-agri sectors, so we're moving out of there. This is like services and manufacturing, for example. Again, $100,000 to $300,000, no equity required. Above $300,000 to $1 million, 10% equity, that's unsecured, right? And for the secured, 10% over $1 million up to $30 million. Now, I put a bracket there, but should your business need to grow beyond that $30 million, that doesn't mean that GBTI doesn't finance you. Of course, come in, we have above that, and again, that's on a, you know, we will have that discussion with you, and it's case by case as well, because we need to know what you're into and that kind of thing. And the requirements are very simple for these, especially for the unsecured loans. And this is something that we looked at because we found that there are a lot of requirements that banks ask for. So, for instance, in this case, we would ask for ID card or passport, driver's license, proof of address and TIN. But if you have the driver's license, that can double as the proof of address and TIN, business registration if you have any, and proof of income. But need not worry, because if you have not drafted up an income statement, and that's why I'm saying the process is easy, come in and speak to our loan officers. For those unsecured amounts, we would help you, go through your income statement. So you come in, right, with the little that you have. We will work with you, right, because we're trying to make this as easy as possible for those entrepreneurs out there, especially women entrepreneurs. And lastly, I'll just touch on this a bit. We have credit cards, MasterCards, as well as Visa. It will come in handy for you, especially if you plan on traveling or even if you want to shop online for personal use. We have for the gold, up to $10,000 available. The interest rate is only 2% per month on the balance, of course, and these are totally unsecured, right? Again, you can't get a better offer at GBTI. Right, so I would have had a question segment. However, thank you. And have a good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Jaswan. And now we will be looking at the power of community. We'll also be looking at the fact that finance is not just in isolation. We want to ensure that it is not just one piece of the puzzle and that we break barriers and create sustainable growth as the next challenge. And to guide us through that, we have Mr. Dennis Haywood, Communications and Marketing Coordinator at the Small Business Bureau. Let's give him a warm welcome. Would you like to control the clicker?
Yes.
Okay, so this is front, this is back.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to say that this event is so inspiring. I am happy that I was invited here to hear all the wonderful things that ladies are doing. My task this afternoon is to briefly introduce you to the Small Business Bureau and to show you the services that we have and how it can assist you in growing not your small business, because I don't want to have a conversation with Wanda after this, but your growing business. Now, the Small Business Bureau is a semi-autonomous agency of the Ministry of Tourism, Industry and Commerce. Our major purpose is to ensure that you have access to finance. We provide individuals, children and youth, and individuals seeking to expand their business with access to financing. So what are some of these services that we offer to you? These are sponsorships, small business development loans, grants, and disability loans, and we also offer a dedicated space at our head office that is known as our resource center. I'll tell you all about this in our next slides. So, sponsorship. The small business provides sponsorships to our clients. Once you're a client of the small business, you can have sponsorship to local expos and international expos. One such example is our recent sponsorship of some of our clients to the AgroFest in Barbados, where they were able to make connections to a lot of other a lot of distributors, and I see a lot of them at the back waving, so they're happy. We do this free of cost for all of our clients. So some of the examples are our AgroFest, Guy Expo, Barbies Expo, Billing Expo, and a whole lot more. Also, you may want to grow your business. Now, while we have our partners at GBTI, we also offer you some facilities in partnership with GBTI and Republic Bank. So it's called our Loan Guarantee Program. Our Loan Guarantee Program allows you to get access to finance as a growing or small business at a very low interest rate, which is 6%. So what we do at the Small Business Bureau is we allow you to come in, we walk you through the process, ensure that you're ready to have this loan, and once we understand that you're ready, we provide you with a referral letter to go to one of our partners, which is Republic Bank or GBTI, as I said earlier, and they will provide you a loan at 6%. But there's more. We also provide you with collateral coverage. So for your first loan, we will provide you with up to 40% collateral coverage, and for your repeat loans, we will provide you with up to 70% of your collateral coverage. This is an amazing opportunity to get the items you need to grow your business and not have to front all of the collateral. So I hope that you ladies can take advantage of this. We have a table outside. You can get more information on that. So some of the things that we hear about loans that are not necessarily true, and I like to clear up for you guys, is that there's no collateral needed. As I said earlier, we cover some of the collateral for you, up to 40% and up to 70%, but you will have to find the remaining collateral. But our loans have the lowest interest rate you can find for a small business loan. It is only 6%, and you can borrow as much as $500,000 or all the way up to $30 million. They're hassle-free because we assist you through our referral letter to the banks. So once you take that referral letter to the bank, you will be able to access this loan at only 6%. Now, how can you access our loan guarantee program? It's pretty simple. Get registered with the Small Business Bureau, and for this, you will need to have a TIN certificate, national ID, business registration, GRA, NIS compliance. And you visit our office and we will do the rest for you. You'll also have to have a few other documents, your business proposal, your recent financial statement, and collateral. Once this is done, as I said, we'll walk you through the process and we'll provide you with a referral to your bank. We also have disability loans. These are loans that can be accessed through the Small Business Bureau for persons who are in business and also living with a disability. This is huge to provide them with financing for their businesses. And it's simple. Again, you need to register to access this service with the Small Business Bureau. Provide us with your essential documents, your business proposal, recent financial statement, and importantly, a letter from the Ministry of Social Protection that says you are living with a disability. Once this is done and it's satisfactory, we will provide you with the funds. Now, our resource center. Our resource center is an important part of the services that we offer. It is a dedicated space at our head office at Forest La Penitence. It's the National Printery Building. What we do at the resource center is we provide you with a space where you can come, have a computer, have internet access, have the ability to use a printer, and also to access marketing, coaching, business coaching, all of that in one space. All that you need to do is to come to our receptionist and request, or you can call and request to use our business center. It's an amazing resource that is underutilized, so I encourage everyone here to utilize it. And again, it's absolutely free. Some of the other resources that we offer is training. For all the small business owners that need training, we offer training across a variety of different fields, such as small business management, record keeping, financial record keeping, business plan writing. We also do specialized trainings in marketing and cosmetology, to name a few. We also have our in-school entrepreneurship program, which we will be launching soon, where we give school students at the fourth form level the opportunity to start their own business, and we fund them. So they have that early start to be funded, and they develop that entrepreneurial mindset. And if you're into green business, as one of the panelists one of the panelists were today, we have a program also for you. It is called our Green Tech Fund. So this will be launching soon as well, and it is geared towards business owners who want to provide green solutions. We want to save the environment. We want to ensure that our entrepreneurs are equipped to be able to provide green solutions going forward. Thank you very much for your attention. If you'd like to access any of these services, you can contact us on any of the following. Our Facebook page is there. We're on all social media platforms, and you can access our WhatsApp channel, which is very informative. It allows you to know when our trainings will be happening as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dennis Haywood, for sharing more on how we can access financial resources as well as more networkable resources. And to tell us more on that, to share insights on how women entrepreneurs can leverage their networks and resources, let's welcome Ms. Jasmine Harris, committee member of the Women's Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Good afternoon, everyone. Happy International Women's Day. Unlike the others, I will be 5 minutes or less. All right, so my name is Jasmine, not Jasmine, because I belong to no one. So when writing my name, take off the E, because that is not me. So let's just put that out there. All right, so my speech today is about unlocking growth and opportunities for women entrepreneurs, and what better way to do that than with the Women's Chamber of Commerce and Industry, WCCIG. So I just want to let you know a little bit about WCCIG. It was founded 5 years ago by Ms. Danzy Black and Ms. Graves Andy Bart with a mission to champion women's economic empowerment. Our chamber welcomes entrepreneurs, business owners, business leaders, professionals, NGOs, all the kinds, and we are all committed to creating a stronger and more inclusive business environment. So how can we unlock opportunities for you if you join the Women's Chamber of Commerce? Through advocacy and policy engagement. So we fight for women's economic inclusion, ensuring that we have a seat at the table in policy making, industry discussions, and business development. Another way we do this is through business development and training. We provide workshops, training programs, and I think I see a few of our women right here that are part of the WCCIG, so I know they could whisper in your ears that you should join us, that we do workshops, training programs, and networking events to help women gain skills, knowledge, and connections. And finally, opportunities for collaboration and partnerships. We believe in the power of partnerships and provide our members with business collaboration, investor networks, and international markets to become women that work together. Because once we work together, we all win, right? Our impact, one of our major successes is the We3A program for women entrepreneurs. It's funded by the Inter-American Development Bank. Through this program, we have already impacted 500 women entrepreneurs, helping them to develop their business plans and scale their businesses to an international market. In fact, some of our members are right now in Lethem because we do have a graduation going on there today for those women entrepreneurs. I do want to plug right now that we do have GWAGS coming up, which is Guyana Women and Girls Summit. It is going to be at the Arthur Chung Convention Center. It's going to be this Thursday, which is the 13th of March, and it begins at 9 a.m. So we look forward to each and every one of you joining us there. And if you do want to hear any more information, I know my awesome colleague Siobhan is right outside, and you can find out some more information on that. I I do want to encourage you, just before I go, to please follow us on our social media pages. We are very active on both Facebook, LinkedIn, and we are also on Instagram. So you can look for us on Facebook and LinkedIn at Women's Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and on Instagram at WCCI Guyana. So we have a special offer for you. If you sign up today, you get 40% off of your membership for the year. So please go and speak to Chevron so that we can do that and get you signed up. Before I go, I know that this year's theme for IWD is Accelerate Action. And I just wanted to make a note here that progress towards gender equality is happening, but it's definitely happening far too slowly. In 2024, the global gender gap was 68.5%, which is an improvement of 0.1% from 2023. So at this rate, it will take us 134 years, we would all be dead, before we achieve full gender parity. We cannot afford to wait. We must accelerate action now in business, leadership, policy, and economic inclusion to ensure that the next generation of women, my daughter, your grandchildren, are able to not inherit the same challenges that we face today. And WCCIG is committed to driving this change by advocating for policies and opportunities that push women forward faster. So together, let's accelerate action, champion equity, and build a future where women-owned businesses and professionals thrive. Thank you so much, and see you at GWAGS on Thursday. Thank you so much.
We all know that when a woman stands up for herself, she stands up for every other woman. Thank you so much, Ms. Jasmine Harris, for empowering us. Can we get another round of applause for her? Excellent. Now, women-led businesses are more than just economic contributors. They are catalysts for national development. We are honored to have with us Her Excellency Jane Miller, High Commissioner of the United Kingdom to Guyana and Suriname, to share her perspective on this topic.
Thank you so much. And my speech is very short, and it is, when women rise, nations thrive. Thank you very much. No. No, seriously. Happy International Women's Day to some phenomenal women and some amazing allies. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. Somebody said to me yesterday, why do we have just one day for International Women? And do you know what? I think it's a really good challenge. We should be celebrating what women are doing every day. But there are 3 reasons why I actually quite enjoy International Women's Day, or why I think it's important. Firstly, it's a day to praise yourself, to stand high and say, I've actually done something great. So I was listening to women today. Oh my goodness, the confidence that they showed was phenomenal. So number 1, we should be thinking about ourselves and saying, well done. We should be walking out this room with our heads held high with pride. Number 2, it's, as Professor Paloma was just saying earlier, it's about recognizing others. It's about the sisterhood. It's about talking to the person sitting next to you, behind you, your children, your neighbors. It's about remembering that it's other people that enable us to rise. We can't do it alone. And the third thing is to recommit ourselves to action. And the closing remarks that we just heard from the Women's Chamber, I don't know if any of you looked at the World Economic Forum report. Oh my goodness, it is really scary. We have got a long way to go globally. So, national development. So what are my 2 pieces of advice I'm going to leave you with today? The first one is the one that I always say. What is it I always say? Claim your seat. Now, what I mean by that is that it's up to everybody to take that step forward. That is your seat. Look for opportunities. Look for opportunities for your business. Look for opportunities that you can grow. Look for opportunities that you can get involved in national development. Don't wait for those opportunities to come to you, because they probably won't. So my first piece of advice is to claim your seat. My second piece of advice is to be bold, take a step forward, but don't do it alone. What I mean by that is we have to take some risks sometimes. And you remember, we were listening earlier, weren't we? People took a loan and they were scared. And there are things that we do in life when we put our head above the parapet and we say something bold, and it's scary. But if we are going to rise, if women are going to rise, we have to take some risks. And it's hard. So remember the second part of what I said. Be bold, take a step forward, but don't do it alone. We all need friends. We all need that support and that network around us. So do everything you can to develop your network, to have a mentor. Now, I'm a great fan of HerVenture, and it's a super app. It's one of those things that you can do to claim your seat, to really build up your skills. But that alone is not going to be enough. You need to also build your network. Find ways in which you can really have that friendship group that can be there to support you. So for national development, what we do know is, as I say, when women rise, nations thrive. And there are many reasons why women are important in leadership. We're creative, we're innovative, we're natural problem solvers, we're resilient, and we give a fresh perspective. So we need to be claiming that seat. We need to be at that seat, making sure our voice is heard. We can't have national development where half the population is left behind. So claim your seat, be bold, put your head above the parapet, and have that friendship group around you. But let's celebrate. Today is International Women's Day. We need to accelerate action, because when women rise, nations thrive. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, High Commissioner, for sharing what it means to be an enterprising women leader. Now, for one of our most anticipated events, we've seen some incredible talent today, and it's time to celebrate. So let's move into our prize-giving ceremony, because every step towards success demands recognition. First, I would like to invite Mr. Dennis Haywood of the Small Business Bureau, our sponsor partner, to do the handover. And I would also like to invite to the stage Miss Alexis Reese. Can we get a bigger round of applause for her? Excellent. Miss Minawati Aray and Miss Shondell Gray. I would also like to recognize Miss Salima Dos Santos, Renuka Shakari Tulsiram, and Charlene Miller, who are also awardees of the Small Business Bureau here with us. Another round of applause for Miss Alexis Stacy Reese. Miss Shondell Gray, everyone. Congratulations to our awardees. And now, for one of our most anticipated prizes as well, who do you think it might be? It is none other than Miss Alexis Stacy Reese of Eastgate Products. I think she deserves a bigger round of applause than that. Excellent. And we also have doing the handover Mr. Jaswan Edmondson of GBTI. Yes, this one. And now, as we close out this incredible summit, let's take a moment to acknowledge the vision, the hard work, and the dedication that made today possible. To deliver our vote of thanks, please welcome Ms. Upasna Mudlier, Business Coach of Action Invest Caribbean, Inc.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy International Women's Day to all our empowering and wonderful women that's sitting among us. So, members of the Diplomatic Corps, esteemed speakers, distinguished guests, and all our incredible participants. Good evening and a very warm welcome to this momentous occasion. Now, we can really say that this summit was something that was tremendously done and put forward. So let's give a big round of applause for such an amazing event. The HerVenture Summit and Expo was very much tied really well being it done on International Women's Day. And we're definitely heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you that's sitting among us here to be a part of this momentous occasion. My name is Upasna Mudliar, and I am the manager for the HerVenture project at Action Invest Caribbean, Inc. A lot of you here today may recognize my team and myself on countless occasions of being at various expos and conferences around the country, being able to spread this amazing initiative that we have of the business education app called HerVenture. All of this was definitely possible by the Sherry Blair Foundation and Exxon Mobil Foundation, along with our partners of One Communication and MMG. It has been an absolute honor to be a part of this meaningful initiative, and this event here today celebrates the spirit of women empowerment, innovation, and resilience. As we conclude today's summit, I would like to take a moment to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has made this day possible. First and foremost, a big thank you to our keynote speakers and the panelists whose insights, powerful words, and invaluable experiences have inspired each and every one of us. You have not only educated us, but have also encouraged us to think bigger and bolder, and most importantly, to support and uplift each other. A special thank you to the organizers and volunteers behind the scenes, whose hard work and dedication made this event a reality. It's because of your commitment and teamwork that we have had such a well-organized and enriching experience today. We also extend our deepest gratitude to our sponsors, GBTI, Small Business Bureau, Republic Bank, MMG, and the Women's Chamber and IDB, whose support has been crucial in bringing together this dynamic gathering. I would also like to thank all the exhibitors and entrepreneurs who have shared their ideas, innovation, and products with us today. We encourage you to check out all the businesses in the exhibition, of course, as you're leaving, and engage with them and being able to see what it is that they offer and how you can be able to support these women entrepreneurs. To all our attendees here, thank you for your for being here and being a part of this event. Your commitment to empowering women and your participation are what made these events truly meaningful. I hope that this experiences inspires you to take bold and confident steps towards your own personal and professional growth, and to continue supporting other women on their journey. Once again, I say thank you and have a very good evening.
Thank you, everyone, for your energy, your passion, and commitment to shaping a better future. Remember that this is not the end. This is part of a much bigger journey. Continue to have conversations, network, meet some women, entrepreneurs like yourselves who are so very innovative and resourceful. And let's continue to shine. Ensure that you have the HerVenture app, and that is more than just your resource. It is a toolkit for continuous learning. And please remember that more snacks are available, so head over to Donald's Bar, grab yourself a quick refreshment, and let's be part of this movement together. And I'm looking forward to joining you at our next HerVenture Summit.